Hello there, my name is Roger, and this is my cousin Andrew, and we are here to tell you about the history of April Fool's Day.
April Fool's Day is a day where people prank each other on April the 1st. It is mostly celebrated in Western countries. Sadly, like most of the stuff that is spoken about on this YouTube channel, we don't know the origins of April Fool's Day and why people decided to set a day to prank each other. But we do know that it spread throughout Britain during the 18th century, and there are a few ideas that explains how April Fools started.
The first idea comes from a Roman holiday called Palatine, which celebrated the spring equinox. The celebration started on March 25th with 1 week observance, which ended on April 1st. The Romans called the 25th the 8th gallons of April, which associated with April 1st, but as always, there is no evidence connecting it with April Fool's Day.
The second idea is that in France there is something called April fish in French. This is the name of someone who gets fooled on April Fool's Day. It is believed that it symbolizes a young, easily hooked fish and a gullible person. The first reference to this is from a 1508 poem by a Frenchman named Eloy de Amarel.
The third idea is that when France switched New Year's Day to January the 1st from the original date March 25th, some people resisted the change, or people who just forgot about it continued to celebrate it between March 25th to April 1st, and these people were mocked and ridiculed. People also played pranks on people who celebrated the old New Year date.
There have been some famous April Fool pranks throughout history. An example is the famous spaghetti harvest. In 1957, the BBC told the British audience that people in a Swiss region near the Italian border grew spaghetti from plants, and the news broadcaster showed footage of people picking spaghetti from trees and bushes.
Another example has got to do with Richard Branson, the founder of the Virgin Group, playing a prank on the evening of March 31st. Residents outside of London spotted a UFO that seemed to land in a nearby field. When police went to investigate, they found Branson and Don Cameron in a hot air balloon. They were planning of landing in Hyde Park on April 1st, but changing winds forced them to do it earlier in Surrey.
Before we go, I have a fun fact. The characters George and Fred Weasley from Harry Potter were born on April 1st.
And on that bombshell, it's time to end. Have a good April Fools.